Everyone thinks compromise is always the path to peace. They're wrong. Sometimes it's surrender. Marcus Porcius Cato, known as Cato the Younger, lived in an era of unprecedented Roman power grabs. While others bent to ambition, Cato stood firm, a living monument to principles that seemed to vanish from the Republic. His nemesis, Julius Caesar, a man who redefined political ambition. Cato saw clearly the threat Caesar posed, not just to his own power, but to the very soul of the Republic, its laws, its traditions, its fragile liberty. Cato's opposition wasn't tactical, it was moral. He refused to compromise on what he believed was right, even when it meant political isolation. This unwavering stance earned him admiration, but also bitter enemies. When civil war erupted, Cato sided with Pompey, not out of personal loyalty, but for the Republic's defense. After Pompey's defeat, Cato retreated to Utica in North Africa, a last bastion of resistance against Caesar's inexorable advance. Caesar offered clemency, an easy path, but Cato understood the true cost of peace under a tyrant. To accept Caesar's mercy would be to validate his tyranny, to betray the very principles he dedicated his life to defending. On April 12, 46 BC, facing certain defeat and unwilling to live in a world where liberty was crushed, Cato took his own life, not out of despair, but as a final, defiant act of philosophical integrity. He chose principle over existence. Cato's story is a stark reminder: true strength isn't always about winning battles. Sometimes it's about refusing to lose yourself, no matter the cost. His unbroken spirit echoes through history, challenging us to define our own non-negotiables. Explore another figure who chose principle over power in our next reflection.